Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? For today's video, well, a lot of you have been asking me about this after I made that ODST video about saving the space elevator, and a lot of you asked whether it's also possible to save the Malta and Athens station on a mission Cairo Station in Halo 2. So for those of you who don't remember, the Malta and the Athens, they are these two space stations that get blown up on a mission Cairo Station. What happens is after you clear all the boarding parties, there's two sets of them. After you clear one of them, it starts off with the Malta. They thought they won, and then turns out the Covenant brought a bomb on board, and boom, their whole station gets blown up. And then the same thing happens with the Athens station after the second round of enemies. They mentioned that the ships are leaving the Athens, and then it goes boom. So, with that in mind, can we save either of the stations, either Malta or the Athens? Well, let's find out. And actually, I'm just gonna tell you the answer out of the bat. The answer is sort of, and I'm gonna show you why that's a sort of. So let's start from the beginning of the mission Cairo Station. So what I'm about to do does require a very simple mod, rather a trainer for Halo 2, blue trainer in this case, which lets me no-clip through walls and other objects. And I'm going to use that to get out of the map here. Now I know I could just no-clip through the wall, but I'm trying to do this in a way that's like somewhat possible with glitches. I know there's some people who are really good at like no-clipping in Halo 2 back in the day, and even today on MCC. I think one of them was named Dr. Biz. I've seen him do like really crazy stuff on Halo 2, so if anyone can figure out, perhaps he can, or any other Halo 2 experts. But for now, since I'm not good at glitching no clips in Halo 2, I'm just gonna use a trainer to simplify this process. So what you want to do is once you no clip past like the several first loading points, you want to come into this room and you want to get out of the map, and we want to skip pretty much every other loading point as well and get back into the other room where the second wave of enemies are supposed to be, and then just come inside the room. Now you'll notice that the room is totally empty, the doors are locked, nothing has spawned in the room, no Marines, no enemies. And I also want to mention one more thing. You probably noticed that like the Marines are like enemies for me and were attacking me. That has nothing to do with this video. That was for a previous video I was doing. It was a mod for that video, but it has no effect on this. I just never undid it. But anyways, that aside, let's continue on. So we no-clipped that door again, and now from this point on we can just continue with the mission normally. So as far as like glitching and modding, that's all you gotta do. So from this point on, just simply play through the mission as normal. And it is very important that you do no-clip into that second room, or at least skip the loading points to that second room. So you don't necessarily have to no-clip, but if there's another way to skip that loading point to prevent the enemies from spawning, then you're good. So anyways, once you've done all that, just make your way through this room. In just a moment, you will hear the Marine from the Malta continue his lines as normal, saying that he thought that they won, and then shortly after is when the Malta explodes.
They're retreating! We won!
So let's watch what happens here.
This is bad.
So as you can see, the Malta does still explode, and that's because we spawned all the enemies and everyone in that room, and I guess after a while they all just despawn, and that triggers the or they drop dead or something, I don't know, but that whatever happens in that room after we cross like a certain point, it triggers the Malta exploding. However, as you saw, the Athens did not explode. It is still perfectly intact, still perfectly fine, and that is because we skipped spawning enemies in that room, and then we continued the rest of the mission. So that pretty much prevents it from exploding. Now unfortunately, once you cross this door here, the a lot of the previous sections of the map would despawn, and that includes the space stations. So let me just fly up over here so you could see. As you can see, the Athens is now gone as well. But we did save it. We did prevent it from exploding. But it just despawns, as with most of the rest of the map. The Malta, however, did blow up. And quite frankly, I'm not sure there's any way we can possibly save the Malta, even with mods like this. And, you know, because the Athens despawned, if we finish the rest of the mission and load a cutscene, you'll notice that the Athens still isn't in the end of the cutscene. So it's a little different than the ODST saving the space elevator video that we did, where the space elevator is still intact in the final cutscene. But unfortunately in Halo 2, the Athens is not there in the cutscene anymore. It's all despawned. That being said, you can mess with cutscenes in Halo 2 as well, pretty easily, but just the Athens won't be able to make it into the cutscene no matter what. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, at the very least, we know in our hearts that we did save the Athens. And even though I used no-clip mods, it's theoretically possible without it. I just don't know of any other ways to glitch out of the room and into the next one, or to skip loading the enemies in that next room, and then to glitch past the final door. So if any experts out there want to give it a shot, just good luck. I know with saving Master Guns, I also used like a no-clip mod to try to save him, and later on someone did post a video doing the exact same thing, only with the glitch to replace the no-clip. But anyways, as a little bonus here, if you spawn the enemies in the second room, and then you do the same thing and proceed to the rest of the mission, what's interesting is that because we spawn the enemies, the Athens will inevitably explode. But for some reason, both stations pretty much trigger at almost the same time, and they will pretty much explode like right after the other. Or sometimes you might be able to time it perfectly where they both explode at the same time, and it's actually pretty cool. But yeah, so hopefully that answers your questions, and the answer is, at the very least, we can save the Athens, but definitely not the Malta, as far as I can tell. And it is not easy with glitches. I'm not even sure if it's possible, but maybe it is. But until then, the answer is sort of, and really only for the Athens, unless somebody finds a way to not spawn the enemies for the Malta. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts and comments. If there's anything else you want to try out or try to save, or research, experiment, just let me know and I'll do my best to look into it. But other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.